All right, I'll get back to you guys in a minute. I have to do this real quick. All right, so give me a minute. Okay. All right, so I gotta make sure everything's secure. I did a checkup. You see the fifth wheel right here? No gap in between it. You know, the level. Make sure it's all the way over there. And then I checked earlier to make sure the clamp, I forgot how you call it. But, all right, so I'm all set. I checked the trailer already and all that good stuff. Now, all right, systematic oppression. So, does life imitate art or does art imitate life? Um, we can actually sometimes judge a society based on the type of art that they have. You have the Renaissance, that was able to give you a picture of what that society looked like. Um, Now we're looking at hip hop in the 80s, 90s, during the crack era. The music reflected that. When motherfucker talking about like, he had to rob and steal to feed his family, you know, and these were the artists that were popular at the time because the music resonated with the people and therefore the people actually supported it. But now we can have a discussion about there are other forces at play to actually promote those type of ain't shit music. By the end of the day, the buyer is the one that actually the choice. The consumer is the one that actually makes the decision whether or not that music is relevant. Mumble rap. Well, let's look at hip hop because hip hop is a representation of the black community, right? So let's look at hip hop for the past since the early 2000 up to date. What have been the message? Money, hoes, and clothes. I'm not saying that it wasn't prevalent in the 90s. It was. But you also had certain messages. Like, for example, Tupac would have been as popular if his lyrics didn't have like some core value, something that actually touched people deep down, like, Brent, what was it? Like, Brenda got a baby. Um, there are other things like when he spoke about police brutality. So some of these things were actually happening in those criteria. But now, if we're looking at society today, there are a lot of opportunity to which you don't have to sell drugs. You don't have to go out and rob and steal. There's a lot of things that you don't have to do anymore. Even with a record, even with a prison record, you can still get yourself a warehouse job. So therefore, if we're looking at systematic oppression, how does that work? I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but the thing is, every every society goes through a period of growth where everything was more brute, everything was, more forceful. People like you had to use force for a lot of things. Like back in the slave trade, there was a yeah, they literally get you by the all the African grab Africans and sell them to the white man. So that was a commerce. That was a business. It was brutal as fuck. Fucked up business, but it was a business, you know? But now, as time evolved, and we're looking at what we call oppression today, we're listening as the foreigners, right? I'm a foreigner. As a foreigner, I'm listening to what people regard as oppression today, and it still doesn't make sense to me. What I mean by this, like the devil always give you a choice. So what are the choices that we have today? You know, you turn 17, 18, you don't want to be home. So what do? You get the fuck out of the house. You know, you hang out on the street with your friends because you try to avoid that misery at home. That single mom that just yapping at your ears, that just keep giving you shit. You don't want to hear that. So you go out, you try to hang out with the big boys. You try to hang out with those who actually you feel at peace, right? So whether it's chasing ass, start smoking weed, all that shit. But at that time, you still have a choice. You have a choice to actually have that temporary relief, or you have a choice to actually now find a different type of crowd to hang out with that's not destructive. Me, when I was 17, 18, I didn't really have too many friends that actually sell weed or none of that bullshit. What I did have was an art program that I actually found through my school. So instead of after school, because I used to hate going home. I hated going home. I hated there. But I had an after school program. That's like 2 hours of peace of me hanging out with friends that are like minded. Yeah, we used to buck each other, make fun. They used to make fun of my accent, you know, all that crazy shit because I was a foreigner. But I had 2 hours away from home. So by the time I get home, it was like around 6 o'clock ish. So then, therefore, I just do my homework, um, probably play hoops with my friends in the neighborhood, and after that, go to sleep, wake up, do it all over again. So I had found that crowd, instead of actually, and with that program, I had found some of the best friends that I have till this day. So then, late teenagehood, now you in your 20s. So now you find yourself with a group of friends that you're attached to, and you don't want to move away from them because still, 20, 21, you think you're still young. So now you're going out to the club, you can drink, you continue to do all that shit that makes you feel like you're the man, bitches coming at you, you can get pussy, and then now that lame nigga that actually going to school, doing his homework, he's lame. He's a motherfucker that can't get no ass. Women find him lame. So of course, you the top dog. Between 17 to 25, you are the top dog. You are the fucking man. Right? That little part-time job you have, if you have a part-time job, you know, that $200-300 you make in a week, what do? You buy your brand new drone or some of the flyest clothes. You spend all your paycheck because you're not thinking straight. You're thinking of the moment. You're thinking of now. YOLO. But as you're doing this, there are other people that are trying to think ahead. That actually have 5-year goal plans, 10-year goal plans. Um, well, goal plans, same shit. Yeah, 5-year goals, 10-year goals. So now they have a vision of what they want to accomplish. You just want to be a rapper because you can get bitches, or you want to be that man. Easy money, fast money, and before you know it, you had got one or two chicks pregnant. That part-time job ain't enough no what's in your ass. So what do? You sell, you hustle under the table. You sell shit, so then therefore that money doesn't count towards the IRS, towards that money that's gonna go towards your child support. Now you're already deep in a hole. two baby mamas deep in the hole, some of y'all three. So what do you do now? Like, how can you actually analyze the fact that you are now 30 years old, 40 years old? It's too late for you to be an apprentice. It's too late for you to, it's not really too late, but you feel like it's too late. It's too late for you to actually get out of that jam, that dream of you becoming a football, a baller or a rapper or whatever. That dream is fading away fast. But you're not a kid anymore. The same type of bitch you used to pull when you were in high school, a lot of these broads, if they're not, already baby mamas themselves, you know, they're hitting the wall. They're not the quality type of chick you could go like, oh, I want to hit that. The Instagram models, you can't get them really. Because you ain't, I mean, you can, because a lot of these bros, they really ain't shit. They just posing for the camera, filter, all that stuff. But, you might still fuck them for free. But these broads, they themselves still try to escape their own karma by actually getting with someone that's about somebody. But the substance, you don't have it. So all you end up doing, all the system ended up doing is actually giving you, providing you temporary relief for the now, the pleasure for the now. So then, therefore, you didn't suffer in the present to have a better future. You wanted to actually try to escape the present, try to live a lifestyle that is destructive. That try to live a lifestyle that's not building for the future. You wanted to have fun in the now. So as time passed you by, you're now 35, 40, you're still wearing your hat backward. You have no skill for the workforce. So what do you start doing? Oh man. Oh, the system is against me. Oh, the system is keeping me down. It's the white man's fault. Was the white man putting a gun to your head and say, fuck these ain't shit bitches? The nerds, the dudes you used to make fun of, the lame niggas, used to make fun of back in high school or college or whatever, like, he's not hanging out, he's not doing the cool stuff. This guy, he's winning now. And you don't see him on YouTube talking about how oppressed he is. I get, look at it this way, right? Some of these guys you see on YouTube that's talking about that oppression talk, a lot of them were just hustlers, former pimps. Same thing as going through the church. The oppression church. The white man got his foot down my neck church. The I can't win church because it's white people's fault church. Or it's the woman's fault church. Or it's the immigrants' fault church. Any excuse you could think of, right? To stop you from self-reflecting, to stop you from analyzing shit. I keep digging myself a hole. Let me stop for a minute. I'm 35 now. Maybe it's not too late. I'm 40 now. Maybe it's still not too late. Okay, I'm two baby mamas deep. Maybe it's not too late. Let me start practicing self analysis, discipline. Let me now get that suffering I was trying to avoid growing up. Let me focus on my kids. I know it's too late to actually have a life with your baby mama, a bitch crazy. Or for you ladies, you know that nigga ain't shit. So you start focusing on yourself. Try to be that better human being that you've been trying to avoid too since you were a kid. You think that having one up on somebody was a way to get ahead. You start reflecting that. Now, you start making better decisions. You start changing your friends. The people with no morality code, with no moral code, you stop hanging around them. You start being by yourself more and more. And then with that, you start to grow. With less noise around you, you start to grow. 40 years old is still not too late. You might not be as far as you would want to, but you could now start making better decisions for all these kids that you have. You know, my dad, my dad had three baby mamas, right? When he came here, he could have just been like, fuck it, fuck these people. I don't have to take care of them. No. He worked two jobs straight, dishwasher and then something else, right? Just so he could take care of six fucking kids, six kids, six of us. So he sacrificed himself now. He realized that, oh shit, just keep getting all these women pregnant is not conducive, but I'm already in the hole. So let me do what I gotta do now. Six fucking kids, right? Plus he adopted my cousin. So let's just say that's seven kids. Seven kids. He worked two jobs for 20 years. It's not like he actually got along with none of his baby mamas. You know, my dad was a great father, but he wasn't, husband material. My mom wasn't really the type that you would tolerate for a while. Bitch crazy. But he made that sacrifice for us. So I can be right here right now talking shit to you motherfuckers. And now I learned from that example and realize that shit. You know what? Let me stick with one woman. Because all I'm not gonna have to spend too much money. I can save more money just by having one family. And then with that money I'm saving, I can start building for the future. I can start creating something for my daughter. And if I want to adopt any other kid, fuck yeah, I will do that. But I have the legacy mindset and to start building from that. So the system is not oppressing you. The system is giving you a choice. And with that choice, you choose to actually, based on your choice, you end up in the bottom to which you don't have enough money. You end up in the bottom to which that you continue to live from paycheck to paycheck. So, like my nigga Ayo Conseco would say, get your shit together. Or wait, he would say, get your shit together, Big Holmes. So, systematic oppression, come on, man. Sacrifice. Sacrifice. That's one of the ways to get ahead. Sacrifice the present to have a better future. All these Instagram models, 5 years from now, their beauty's gonna fade. They're gonna have that gut sooner or later. The ass gonna start sagging. They're gonna, they're gonna start getting fat. Look at all the chick that R. Kelly used to fuck with. All these rappers used to fuck with. You're looking at them now. You're like, God damn. I mean, shit. Some of these chicks I used to chase back in high school, I was too lame for. I look at them now. I'm like, God damn. That's what you look like now. Beauty fade. The youth goes away. But the mind, you have a fighting spirit, you have a builder spirit, you're gonna go far. And no obstacle is gonna go in your way that you cannot just run that bitch through. I don't feel oppressed. A lot of Haitians, even though the shit they're going through right now, they don't see themselves as victims. And that's why when they get those opportunities, they just like flourish. I met this guy at my job, right, in orientation. He was only here for like a year, a Haitian dude. Within a year, he got his CDL, and now he's working for the company, making good money. You know, his wife had sacrificed, because he came here because of his wife, right? His wife went back, um, you know, marry his ass, get his paperwork, all that shit, got his ass over here. She had a choice. She could have been like, man, fuck this nigga. and go through the pleasure of life of going to the club. But no, she didn't do that. She actually went back to Haiti to marry his ass and bring him over here. And now, within a year, this dude got his CDL. And now, a few months from now, his wife gonna be living good. That's an investment she made. And when I had a chat with this dude, man, his mindset was fucking strong. He was like, yo, all these bitches, from Haiti, they start hating his Facebook and all that shit. Talking about, hey, how you doing? Flirting with him. And it's like, nah, man, that girl that I have, she's everything I need. She did everything for me. Fuck these broads. I don't need them. That's a motherfucker I like to be around because he has a vision. He realized that his goal is to actually him and his wife to work something, a legacy, to build something for his kids, his future grandchildren. That's how you get ahead in this white man's world. This is Art Banaka. I'm out of here, man. Peace.